Hi guys, welcome to another episode of 100% Joy series. I am so happy to be here today, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so there's this thing with me. When I have an idea or I have a dream or I have something I want to achieve, and it's something I can achieve like right now, and I feel like there's a component that is not quite ready yet, I put it on pause. And when I put it on pause, I probably never end up doing it. I'll give you an example. I started this web series 3 years ago. Amazing. People loved it. I had run, like 8 episodes, and I needed to go off for just a couple of weeks to go shoot my feature film. Now, the plan was to come back after shooting the feature film, and, we shot for about 10 weeks. And when that was done, I didn't figure out that post-production and the pandemic was going to come. So a lot of things, started going on a spiral. And being who I used to be, when I can't handle stress, I begin to comfort eat. I turn to food for comfort. It used to be my form of escape. So I guess I had a bit too much carbs. Maybe not a bit, maybe a little bit too much. And I blew up almost 4 sizes. Now, there was no how I was going to sit in front of a camera to shoot my series. So I kept telling myself, I just need to lose the weight, and then I'll get back on set. I just need to lose the weight, and I'll get back on set. And then the first year went by, and then the second year went by, and I wasn't losing the weight. I was even gaining more of the weight. And it got to a point where I began to understand that I needed to take care of myself, make some decisions, stick to them, and put in. So pissed at myself because now I know better, and I know that I've achieved so much in the time I was waiting for something to be right or something to be fixed. Some of us are pausing our lives, even in relationships. You're in a relationship that is not working, but you're staying there hoping that at some point something is going to get better. And then when you eventually leave, you look back and you know that, these 3 years, these 2 years, these 7 years, these 10 years, these 5 years, there's so much I would have done with my life. Because most times when you're in a wrong space, it actually stops your whole life from functioning. When you put your life on pause, when you halt everything around you, you're on the spot. You're not moving forward as a person. And everyone you're meant to influence or impact is also on a spot, because they're waiting for you to step on your platform for them to be able to find themselves, because there's a message you have that they need to find themselves. I'm sure it sounds like a lot of responsibility, but that's how life works. We all have people whose destinies are tied to ours. And the longer we wait to step on that podium and do what we're meant to do, the longer we keep them waiting. If you have to wait to be in a certain place in your life for you to begin to make impact, that time will never come. If you're waiting to have enough money, if you're waiting to move into that perfect house, if you're waiting for that perfect size like me, if you're waiting to get married, if you're waiting to have children, if you're waiting for your children to grow up first, a time will never come, because once you get to that point where you achieve what you're waiting for, there's always something else you want to wait for before you make it happen. So if it's not your wait today, it's going to be money tomorrow. It's going to be your hair growing a bit longer next tomorrow. Is your skin texture changing a bit tomorrow? It's having the perfect clothes. There's always something. So you can't put your life on hold. You can't pause your life because you're waiting for the perfect moment to be who you're meant to be. There's no perfect moment. Just be. That's why we're called human beings. You are becoming. So keep becoming. Don't stop becoming. Don't just stand on the spot. You have to keep being. Every day we are unfolding, we are becoming. And in the process, you are unraveling who you are, and you are blessing humanity with who you are. Don't put your life on pause. When we come back, let's look at how you can unpause your life. Don't go away. I'll be right back. So how do you unpause your life? I don't think it's that difficult. It's just like, putting your TV on pause. That's what a lot of us do with our lives. You're watching maybe something on Netflix and you need to check what is burning in the kitchen, and then you put it on pause and everybody is just standing still until you get back. That's what we do with our lives. A lot of us are just standing, but we think we're living. We're just existing, and we're just in a spot and we're just standing. That's the picture I see in my head. And we're not living the life we're meant to live. Until you start living the life you're meant to live, you're on pause. You're like a mannequin, just filling up space and just standing in the spot. Even if you wake up every morning, you see yourself moving around, just figure it out in your head. You are a mannequin. So whenever you remind yourself that you're a mannequin, I'm sure it's going to motivate you to keep going, or inspire you to, keep going. Now, how do you keep going? Because you might be asking yourself, what do I do? I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't do this. I don't know where to start from. Now, write the vision. What's your personal vision? What do you want out of life? Where are you going with life? When you write that vision, you're going to find out that it's in tandem with your potentials, your talents, and your priorities. Now, this helps you to prioritize what you should give your time to and what you shouldn't. That's why it's important to have that overall vision of where you're going. Now, take that vision and then set little small goals that can take you to that place in a period of time. Now, the end goal might not be, for instance, the web series I'm shooting. I have a bigger goal, but this is taking me to where I'm going. The end goal might not be making little meals and people ordering from you at home. You might want to own a restaurant, but you have to start from somewhere because somebody has to like your food. The end goal might not be just doing music on social media, maybe doing music in your reels, singing a cappellas. But it's going to take you to probably getting a record deal and selling out concerts. So set little goals and work towards them. Then hold yourself accountable. Every day, write a daily to-do list. I have a journal. I write my daily to-do list, the things I have to do every day. And at the end of the day, I tick all the things I've done. There's a way it makes you feel when you look at your list and it's all ticked out. But if it's not, if you have 2 or 3 not ticked out, move them to the next day. But always have a journal with you where you put everything you do every day, and at least 80% of the things on that list should be pushing you towards your desired outcome at the end of the day. Another thing you should do is find an accountability partner, someone who shares your goals and dreams, someone who sees life the way you see life, someone who is progressive, someone who is going somewhere also. It might not be going in the same direction with you, but the person is going somewhere also and is walking towards it. So hold yourselves accountable. As a coach, I have a coach buddy. We became coach buddies while we were in the academy. And we're all paired up. And I'm glad and happy I was paired with her. She lives on a different continent. But we talk every Tuesday. And up till now, we still speak every Tuesday. And what do? We set goals every week. And then we share, the things that we're working on. And then we come back the next week and see how much of those goals we've been able to achieve, and then we set new ones, and then we keep going. So because we hold ourselves accountable, we're able to achieve stuff, because nobody wants to come on that Zoom meeting on a Tuesday and is saying, oh, I didn't get anything done. You really don't want to do that. But another thing I found really useful, especially for me, was having someone like a mentor, someone that I respect, that I'm accountable to. For some reason, when you have somebody you do not want to disappoint and you're accountable to that person, it makes you stay on track. It makes you stay working, makes you stay moving. It makes you keep pushing. And that is one thing I think will work. Because sometimes when you have an accountability partner, maybe because you're friends, you don't feel like, what's the worst she can do if I don't do it? There are times we think like that. But when it's a mentor, someone you know that even if he's not going to beat you, he's going to be so disappointed. You could see it on his face, and you don't want to disappoint him or her. You would want to make sure that you keep pushing and keep moving. So find ways to keep yourself moving until you start moving by default. It's just like pushing a car that is not starting. You keep pushing it until the engine comes on, and then it starts moving on its own. So please unpause your life. There's a whole world out there waiting for you. Books to be written, movies to be made, people to be impacted, places to visit, lives to be touched. And they are all just there waiting for you to just get up and hit the play button. Until we see you again next week, keep moving no matter what. Bye-bye.